Presumption of death. A presumption of death is a court order that declares a missing person to be dead. It is made when a court is satisfied that the person's death is highly probable or virtually certain. To obtain a presumption of death order, in South Africa, an interested party must meet the following requirements. 1. Bring an ex parte application to the High Court. Provide documentation of all steps taken to locate the missing person. Demonstrate that the missing person cannot be located. Show that the likelihood of the missing person's death is supported by all considerations. The case summary, Ex parte Stouter 1993, speaks to the requirements looked at by the court before presuming an individual dead. In the case, the applicant applied for presumption of death for his brother, who had disappeared 2 years prior. His vehicle had also disappeared. No money had been withdrawn from his account during his period of absence, and he was known to have been suffering from depression the week prior to his absence and suffered in general from severe blood pressure. He was very dependent on friends and family. However, no evidence or suggestions could be brought forward to illustrate in what manner his death may have occurred. The legal question to be answered by the court was whether the particular circumstances in question could allow for a presumption of death, despite a very short amount of time having passed. The court held that Joe had been actively employed before his disappearance and would at this time only be 60 years old. Other than depression and severe blood pressure, his health was not in a frail state, so his age can therefore not be a contributing factor to a confirmation of the rule. Although his vehicle is missing, it is a strong possibility that he himself drove it, as there is no evidence suggesting an abduction. The court was of the view that 2 years is a relatively short period, and, when combined with the other factors of the case, lowers the probability of a death having occurred. The presumption of death was then denied,